And joining me now to talk more about the launch here at the exchange is Greg Behar. He's SVP and Head of Investment Management Solutions at Westwood. Greg, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here.
It's great to have you on the show today. What went into this launch?
Yeah, well, we really been touring the United States and speaking to investors, and we're finding that they have concerns about authoritarian regime risk. And generally, we see that investors underestimate that risk. There's a lot of academic evidence, showing that democracies have improved economic growth. And then you look at the recent data points with Russia shutting its markets, some unrest in Turkey, right? Opposition leader arrested. This creates volatility in the markets, and over time, we think it can erode value for investors.
What holdings make up the bulk of this fund?
Yeah, so you're looking at a global equity portfolio. So it's really a global equity sleep at night core holding that's trying to minimize the authoritarian risk. So you're going to see some countries that are removed because they're they are these authoritarian regimes. And then secondly, and this is very, very important and differentiated from other ETFs in the marketplace, it's looking at the indirect risk. So what is a company in a democracy? What is its beta or correlation to these authoritarian regimes? So if you look at what happened with Russia, the markets closed. Of course, investors lose their money there. But what about U.S. securities that had high revenues or had their own subsidiaries in Russia? How did that affect those stocks? And it really takes that into account.
How should someone, one of our viewers, consider perhaps adding this to their overall portfolio?
It's a great question. I think it's twofold. One, it's core holdings, so you're getting U.S. developed markets, emerging markets. It's really thinking about that authoritarian risk, so you get that sleep at night component. So you can replace some of your global equity exposure or use it as a complement, so you add it into the portfolio to sort of dampen that authoritarian risk.
How liquid of an asset can our viewers anticipate this to be in the early stages of this launch? Let's talk 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, well, we're expecting a lot of demand for it. We see, both on the retail side and the institutional side. So a lot of folks, as we go around from state to state, we're speaking to CIOs that, for their pension plans, there are states that are having, removal of China as an example. Those same CIOs are thinking about their own personal investments and looking to invest in an ETF like this. So we're really excited about it.
We see the market setting up to open on this Thursday after a fourth quarter GDP report and revision, we should say pretty much flat, does come after President Donald Trump announced late Wednesday that he is putting 25% tariffs on foreign-made U.S. cars, that the retaliatory tariffs set to take effect April 2nd will be permanent in his second administration. As an investment professional, how would you describe the current state of the market?
Yeah, the current state of the market, I think there's a lot of volatility. Obviously, there's a lot of geopolitical risk, and that's why we think this ETF is very interesting for folks right now. They can get that core diversified exposure and be able to sleep at night knowing that they don't have exposure to those authoritarian regimes.
What else should our viewers know on launch day, Greg?
Well, they should know that this is, a core global equity exposure, and that it's really goes beyond, removing the authoritarian regimes, and it's looking at that indirect risk. So you're getting a 70% plus reduction in that authoritarian regime risk with about a 3% tracking error to a global market cap weighted basket. So it's a real core exposure.
What will the metrics be that you use to evaluate the success or stickiness of this fund?
Yeah, so I think success is seeing this as a core adoption for folks, and really using this as their global equity market risk premium that they have in their portfolio. So we're really excited about seeing this grow. Yeah.
What attracted Westwood to list it here at the stock exchange?
Oh my God, I mean, where else are you gonna do it? There's so much history here. We're so excited to be down there for the bell ringing, and there's no other place.
Yeah, there's no other place. I agree with that. Greg, it's great to have you on the show this morning. Congratulations on the launch.
Thank you very much.
What is the ticker symbol?
It's Be Free, so BFRE.
BFRE.
Yeah.
All right, that's
so
how
it's
our
Be Free is kind of the play on it.
Our viewers watching at home and on the go, certainly on their mobile devices, can follow along. Greg, thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Greg's the SVP of Westwood Investment Management Solutions.